So some tools to help you evaluate if an event is right for your market. This is from the marketumbrella.org. They're a great website. If you haven't used them before, you can share different resources from your market. Yeah. So the 4 key M's that they use to evaluate events are the mission. Does the event line up with your mission? Does it fall in line with what you're trying to reach your audience? And then management. Do you have the resources at your market, or are the resources available for you to put on this event? Is your time, is it going to be worth it? Marketing. How can you market for this event? Do you need to set up a marketing plan like Emily talked about in her session? And measure. How are you going to measure if the event was successful and if you can do it again? So how can special events help your market? Events are a great way to draw in new partners. You could work with a hospital in your area, different health organizations, Girl Scouts, Boy Scouts, community gardens. There's a whole list of them. They can raise money for your market. You can use events as fundraisers. They can increase foot traffic during slow periods. In the early spring and late fall, they're a great way to draw in new customers to your market. Events are a great way to enhance the publicity for your market. Get the word out that you're there and what products you have, what your vendors have. They're a way for your vendors to sell more products. If you have a harvest festival, your vendors can sell pumpkins, apples. Events can improve the ambiance of the market. It can also establish the market as a community place, a community gathering place, and also create awareness of issues facing the market. Do you need help fundraising? So some suggestions for successful event planning are to start early, 6 weeks in advance. See what resources you need and what volunteers you need. Establish a committee. At MIFMA we have a marketing committee that would help us with events, a professional development committee that would help. Create a publicity plan. Emily talked about that. Partner up with different events in your area. Create an evaluation plan. How are you going to see if customers came? Are you going to have a table that will do customer counts and logistics, figuring out what resources you need, who's going to help, things like that. Some sample events. Crop festivals. You can do kids events. An opening day for your market. Closing day. Holidays. You could do contests. I just went to New York and they do a strawberry shortcake eating contest. They do a donut eating contest. Chef demos, workshops about food, nutrition, and then you can join in with other large community events. There's a National Bike Week. You could do a biking event to your market.
It's the first Saturday in June.
Raffles are another great event that you could do for your market. You do need a Michigan gambling license, I believe. Do you have a?
I was just asking, don't we need a permit or something?
You do, yep. And I just went right before the session to, I Googled it, and it came up, the charitable raffle for the Michigan.
It's a charitable eating license.
Yes, exactly, thank you. So that's another great event that you could do.
It's always fun to find a politician who's running for office who would be more than happy to donate 500 trees for your first day, opening first day of market. So if you can find them, you don't have to promote them, but they can put what they want on the giveaway. So that's always play the elections.
There you go.
Cool.
This is from the Allen Street Market, and I believe they did a children's event, and so they had costumes of different vegetables. So it's a great way to get kids involved, and I mean, you could use this for a harvest festival.
Is there a resource for those costume ideas?
You could connect with the Allen Street Farmers Market. They also use them for the food bank. Is that for the Farmers Market?
Council of Michigan has them at their annual harvest gathering kickoff. But I know that if you just go to your local fabric store, if you look at the Halloween costumes, you'll be able to find patterns or search Halloween costumes. Because I've seen all kinds of vegetables and fruits, especially for small children.
Thank you.
This is another event that I think the city of Wayne did, and they put a banana, they rotate, and the vendor hides it in their stall, and then you bring it back to the market manager's booth, and you can win a prize. So this is a picture of Amanda found the banana in a pepper, so that's another fun event that you can do at your house. Having a kids tent is a way to draw in kids. Kids obviously have to come with their parents, so it's a great way to get new customers. You could do face painting. So cooking demos is a big event that many markets do, and if any market managers out there have experience with this, please feel free to share your ideas. So for cooking demos, it's important to choose recipes that are quick and easy and that use minimum amount of ingredients and utensils. You want to make sure that the recipes you're doing are nutritious and that you're using products that you have at your farmer's market. It's a good idea to hand out recipe cards for your audience. And it's important to be familiar with the recipe. Try it out a couple times, read it thoroughly, and practice before you actually demonstrate it to people. Check with your vendors to see if they're willing to donate and what products, and maybe set your menu around that. And then also, you don't have to limit yourself to restaurant chefs when you're looking for people to put on your demos. You could do cooking class instructors, caterers, home chefs, extension workers, and then make sure you follow the guidelines for food safety. And you also want to check with your health department for what permits you might need for the day. Did you have?
Yeah, I was going to say about the same thing. Sampling, you had to have a permit, but if you just did a demo, you didn't have to have a permit.
Okay.
But you should definitely call and ask.
Yeah, so that's why if you start early and plan ahead, you can find out all the different requirements that you need.
My experience with the health departments is that they're really very willing to work with you.
Yes,
That's
it's another good partner to have. So this is just a checklist of things that would be helpful to have on site for cooking demo. So you want a table, you want a tablecloth, the handouts, the recipe handouts. Also, you could do like nutritional facts about it. An apron, name tags, frying pan, a wok, or whatever the chef might need. Extension cords, masking tape, a tent. We have easy up tents. A butane burner, the fuel, measuring cups, cutting boards, pot holders, baskets to showcase the ingredients, and then ingredients. Do you have a?
Yeah, if you're dealing with anything with a flame, make sure that you have permits to do that.
Right, that's planning early. Cooler, ice, thermometer, and then cooking utensils.
You got tent down there, but you also need screen to keep the flies out.
Scream, that's a good idea.
And a fire extinguisher.
Yes. This picture got a little messed up, but it's an example of a cooking demo. I think it was at the Farmington Farmers Market.
I would also say, especially if you have bridge card clients, to think about food preparation or canning demos. We've had a lot of luck at our market, especially, sort of food preservation thing is kind of hot with consumers right now. But we had somebody doing cooking demos for the local extension office, and she did all of the canning and, showing people how to blanch green beans and stuff like that. And we had a really positive response from that. So that's another thing to look into. And again, it's the same planning concerns and everything like that, but you don't have to worry about the sampling and the licensing aspects of it.
So this goes hand in hand with Emily's first session for marketing for your event. So you some different examples of how to market for your event. You could put a notice in your e-newsletter that if your market does every month. Use social media. This morning you all learned Facebook and Twitter, things for your website. You could distribute articles to different partners that you might be teaming up with for this event so that they can promote it in their own publication. And signage is important to have to promote your event at your actual market, so have those signs a week before. So to run through for your event, a week before or even the day before, walk through your event, see what you need, see what you're missing, important things that you might have not thought of and that came up. Who's gonna do what? What are your volunteers gonna do? Where do they need to be and when do they need to be there? Make sure that your vendors and volunteers know what is expected of them and how many people you can expect. And then the more they know, the more that they can talk up the event. They can help you promote the event for their market. It's also a good idea to maybe have a policy for your event, for your vendors. There's a privacy section, a payment, a refund. Does anyone have a event policy in place for their market?
This is the Kansas City Farmers Market?
Yes, this was found online at the Kansas City Farmers Market. Some different entertainment at your market. Music, and I know there's talk on the Farmers Market Federation about what is it?
It's the
Licensing, copyright, right. So you might want to check the guidelines for that. Just be careful. Movies. Some markets could show movies. I know a market was in a documentary in Grand Rapids, so maybe you could show the documentary at your market. Poetry readings. And then book signings. Have a local chef come and sign the book or something like that. Things to remember. So remember that markets are part of people's normal routines and that special events are special. You don't want to go overboard with events all the time. Seasonal markets might want to do 3 events. This is just a guideline. You guys are market managers. You do what works for your market. But some ideas, have one at the beginning, have one at the middle, and have one at the end, so you don't overwhelm your customers or your vendors. Reflecting after the event, measure your results to see if they supported your mission. Did the vendors like it? Did you draw new shoppers? Were you able to generate media coverage for your event? Was the event worth the investment of market resources? Was the market manager stressed for time and for resources? And will you do the event again? So post-event also, it's important to write thank you notes to the chefs and whoever your partners. Maybe include the debrief or the results from the reflecting. Debrief your event team. Sit down and ask them what worked, what didn't work, so you can plan for ahead. Document lessons learned. After every one of these sessions, Drew and I sit down and we think of ideas that worked and things that will be helpful for next time for planning. And that's really helpful.